The grand jury heard all of that testimony. Officer Davis testified he believed he was about to get shot.
Focus that I've heard is on the last minute of the life of Matthew Graves, and I think the focus should be on the last 15 minutes.
What the fuck are you doing? Eating food, shut the fuck up!
Officer Cardenas talks with Matthew Graves, asks him, dude, what are you doing, several times, but never issues a command, never asks him to comply, never tells him why he's following him. He just keeps asking, what are you doing?
Come on!
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, and that's the only cop out here making a point I do not support. I support law enforcement 100%, but that one cop,
Originally, all that Officer Cardenas wanted to do was talk with Mr. Graves about the dangers of crossing Highway 62 against the light.
his own word.
Yeah,
Come on!
yeah.
Point, Officer Cardenas doesn't know why Mr. Graves is yelling the things he's yelling and acting the way he's acting. So he believes maybe he has a warrant for his arrest, maybe he has drugs, maybe he has a weapon. He just doesn't know. So those are the things that Officer Cardenas said were going through his mind.
Asks him, dude, what are you doing, several times, but never issues a command.
What are you doing? What are you doing, dude?
And this continues up through Matthew being clear that he does not want to talk to the officer, entering the restroom, at which point Officer Cardenas draws his weapon before issuing a command, before getting any compliance or giving Matthew any way to comply, and follows him in there. And then you see the conversation that happens after that. Officer Cardenas draws his weapon before issuing a command.
What?
Point, Officer Cardenas doesn't know why Mr. Graves is yelling the things he's yelling and acting the way he's acting. So he believes maybe he has a warrant for his arrest, maybe he has drugs, maybe he has a weapon. He just doesn't know. So those are the things that Officer Cardenas said were going through his mind.
Asks him, dude, what are you doing, several times, but never issues a command.
What are you doing,
Counsel,
dude?
these facts are undisputed.
Officer Cardenas draws his weapon before issuing a command.
Counsel, these facts are undisputed.
Let me see your fucking hands right now. Let me see your hands. What the fuck are you doing? Eating food, shut the fuck up!
Counsel, these facts are undisputed.
In the bathroom, the crime of harassment would have occurred when Mr. Graves touched the officer and tried to push past him. And then, of course, the crime of assaulting a public safety officer occurred when Mr. Graves punched Officer Davis.
Our system can't tolerate that kind of misbehavior on the part of lawyers. Do you understand me?
Matthew saying, don't touch me again, and the officer responding, why don't you touch me again and see what happens.
So he was in fear for Officer Davis's life at that time. Officer Cardenas was in fear for Officer Davis's life.
Our system can't tolerate that kind of misbehavior on the part of lawyers. Do you understand me?